Mehmed the Conqueror was history's ultimate relentless imperial mastermind. He conquered the impregnable city of Constantinople at just 21 years old. He ordered the casting of massive bronze cannons that shattered thousand-year-old walls. He miraculously dragged his entire war fleet across dry land to bypass enemy sea chains. He issued a terrifying royal decree legalizing the murder of his own brothers to prevent civil war. He clashed violently with the legendary Vlad the Impaler in the dark forests of Wallachia. He spoke 6 different languages fluently while commanding an unstoppable Ottoman war machine. He permanently extinguished the last flickering light of the ancient Roman Empire. His name sent shockwaves of absolute terror across the entire European continent. This is the breathtaking chronicle of the sovereign of the 2 lands and 2 seas. The legendary Sultan was born in 1432 in the Ottoman capital of Edirne. His childhood was incredibly turbulent, marked by strict tutors who frequently beat him to instill discipline. At the shocking age of 12, his exhausted father Murad II suddenly abdicated the throne. The young boy was instantly thrust into absolute power as European crusaders rapidly marched toward his borders. Realizing the terrible danger, the young Mehmed sent a furious, legendary letter to his retired father. He declared that if his father was the true sultan, he must return and immediately lead his armies. He boldly stated that if he himself was the sultan, he officially ordered his father back to the battlefield. His father returned, completely crushed the crusaders at Varna, and reclaimed the Ottoman throne. Mehmed was sent away to govern a province and intensely study military strategy, engineering, and ancient history. When his father finally died in 1451, the 19-year-old Mehmed reclaimed his absolute birthright. To completely ensure the stability of his new empire, he ordered his infant half-brother to be strangled in his bath. He established a ruthless imperial law legalizing royal fratricide to prevent devastating future civil wars. If you love these gripping tales of absolute historical ambition, please like this video right now. His ultimate, consuming obsession was the conquest of the legendary Byzantine capital of Constantinople. The ancient city was completely protected by the massive, triple-layered Theodosian walls, undefeated for a millennium. He rapidly constructed a massive stone fortress called relentless on the Bosphorus Strait in just 4 months. This terrifying structure completely choked off all Byzantine maritime supply lines from the Black Sea. He hired a brilliant Hungarian siege engineer named Urban to cast the largest bronze cannons the world had ever seen. The colossal supergun was 27 feet long and fired massive stone balls weighing over 1,000 pounds. It required 60 oxen and hundreds of screaming men just to drag the massive weapon into firing position. In April 1453, Mehmed surrounded the city with over 100,000 elite Ottoman soldiers. His massive artillery bombarded the ancient stone walls day and night, creating terrifying, deafening explosions. He personally designed advanced mortar trajectories to precisely lob explosive shells over high city walls. Despite the relentless bombardment, the desperate Byzantine defenders miraculously repaired the walls every single night. A massive iron chain completely blocked the Golden Horn Harbor, preventing the Ottoman navy from attacking the seawalls. Mehmed executed one of the most brilliant and insane military engineering feats in human history. Under the cover of darkness, he ordered his men to construct a massive wooden road of greased logs over a steep hill. His soldiers literally dragged over 70 heavy warships across dry land and dropped them directly into the harbor. The trapped Byzantine defenders woke up to see an entire enemy fleet floating behind their impenetrable iron chain. He famously forced the desperate Genoese colony of Galata to surrender without shedding a single drop of blood. On May 29th, Mehmed ordered a massive, final all-out assault using his elite, fearless Janissary shock troops. The Ottoman forces completely overwhelmed the exhausted defenders and poured through a breached gate. The last Byzantine emperor died fighting in the chaotic streets, officially ending the ancient Roman Empire Make sure to subscribe to Stickman Chronicles because we drop epic history content every single day. Mehmed rode his white horse directly into the magnificent Hagia Sophia and transformed it into a grand mosque. He immediately declared the conquered city as the new, eternal capital of the mighty Ottoman Empire. He ruthlessly executed his own Grand Vizier, Kandarli Halil Pasha, for secretly accepting massive bribes from the Byzantine emperor. Unlike a mindless barbarian, he aggressively repopulated the city with diverse artisans, scholars, and merchants. He actively encouraged fleeing Greek scholars to stay, incorporating their ancient knowledge into his own royal court. He fiercely protected the ancient Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, officially allowing them to manage their own religious affairs. He constructed the breathtaking Topkapi Palace, a massive complex of courtyards that served as the brain of his empire. He established an elite corps of royal gardeners who doubled as the most feared, silent executioners in the palace. He initiated the construction of the Grand Bazaar to rapidly inject massive wealth into his newly conquered capital. He established the prestigious Sinai Seaman Madriz to transform his new capital into the intellectual center of the Islamic world. He actively sponsored brilliant Persian and Arab mathematicians to massively advance the science of astronomy in his royal court. He frequently walked the crowded streets of his capital entirely in disguise to personally monitor the honesty of local merchants. He issued strict environmental laws to heavily protect the vital forests surrounding his booming imperial capital. With Constantinople secured, he unleashed his unstoppable armies deep into the heart of the Balkans. He completely eradicated the ancient Trebizond Empire, ending the final independent stronghold of Byzantine Greek civilization. He completely conquered the remnants of Serbia, Bosnia, and the Peloponnese through relentless military campaigns. He successfully captured the wealthy Genoese colonies of the Crimea, completely turning the Black Sea into an Ottoman lake. He established a massive, terrifying intelligence network of spies that reported directly to his private chambers. In 1462, he faced his most terrifying psychological rival, the infamous Vlad the Impaler of Wallachia. Vlad utilized horrific guerrilla warfare, poisoning wells and burning his own crops to starve the advancing Ottomans. During a terrifying night attack, Vlad's forces disguised themselves in Ottoman uniforms to assassinate Mehmed in his own tent. Mehmed barely survived the chaotic assassination attempt through the absolute discipline of his elite Janissary bodyguards. As Mehmed marched toward the Wallachian capital, he encountered a psychological nightmare that shocked even him. Vlad had impaled over 20,000 Ottoman prisoners on tall wooden stakes in a massive, rotting forest of the dead. Despite the absolute horror, Mehmed maintained his iron resolve and eventually forced Vlad to flee into exile. He fought a brutal, agonizing 15-year war against the wealthy maritime Republic of Venice for control of the Aegean Sea. He marched east to completely crush the powerful Akoyanlu Empire at the Battle of Otlak using superior artillery. He ruthlessly crushed a massive rebellion by the Karamanid dynasty to secure absolute control over the Anatolian Peninsula. He faced decades of fierce, relentless resistance in Albania from the brilliant guerrilla commander Skanderbeg. Only after Skanderbeg's death was Mehmed finally able to completely absorb the rebellious mountainous region. He personally led a massive siege against the heavily fortified island of Rhodes, but was repelled by the fierce Knights Hospitaller. He aggressively expanded the Ottoman navy into a terrifying armada that dominated the eastern Mediterranean shipping lanes. He revolutionized the Janissary Corps, transforming them into the first standing professional army in Europe equipped with firearms. He wore a heavy turban wrapped around a protective iron helmet, while personally charging into the thickest lines of combat. He possessed an absolute photographic memory, easily recalling the exact names of thousands of his loyal battlefield commanders. He drafted the Canoname, a strict, comprehensive book of secular laws that governed his massive, diverse population. He centralized all state land ownership, stripping powerful aristocratic families of their ancient, independent feudal territories. He ordered the rapid construction of massive stone bridges and caravanserais to safely connect the Silk Road to Europe. He heavily taxed the wealthy Italian merchant republics for the exclusive right to trade freely within his massive borders. He was a profound patron of the arts, famously inviting the Italian master Gentile Bellini to paint his royal portrait. He possessed an incredible library filled with ancient Greek, Latin, Persian, and Arabic philosophical manuscripts. In 1480, his terrifying ambition pushed him to launch a massive naval invasion directly onto the shores of Italy. His forces successfully captured the city of Otranto, striking absolute terror directly into the heart of Rome. He planned a massive follow-up campaign to conquer Italy and reunite the two halves of the ancient Roman Empire. In May 1481, the 49-year-old conqueror suddenly fell violently ill while organizing a massive new military expedition. He suffered from agonizing abdominal pains and passed away under highly suspicious circumstances. Many modern historians strongly believe he was secretly poisoned by his own personal Persian physician. His sudden death completely halted the invasion of Italy and saved Western Europe from total Ottoman conquest. He left behind a massively expanded, thoroughly modernized empire that dominated the crossroads of the world. He successfully proved to the modern world that a single ruler's sheer willpower could rewrite the destiny of millions. He single-handedly shattered the ancient traditions of medieval siege warfare through pure gunpowder efficiency. The master political architect left behind an eternal legacy of unmatched physical bravery and supreme imperial authority. The world will likely never see another visionary conqueror quite like the conqueror of Istanbul. Smash that like button if you were blown away by this ancient legendary imperial titan. Subscribe to Stickman Chronicles right now to join our growing community of history lovers. We upload brand new history videos every single day, so you never miss an epic tale. Leave a comment below letting us know which historical figure we should cover in our next video. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into ancient political spirit. See you tomorrow for another wild story on Stickman Chronicles.